Great national anthem there. Certainly a long one. But congratulations to Italy there on their gold medal in the men's coxed pair.
I can't wait for this race. Stephenson, the Dane, Azu, the Frenchman, Fraga, the Portuguese. What a contest.
This is the one you've been waiting for?
Absolutely. Whole regatta.
And there's one of the favourites, Jeremy Azu of France in lane 3. Pedro Fraga, Portugal in lane 4. He's had a blistering season, 2 World Cup golds. Jonathan Koch of Germany in lane 5. And in lane 6, Peter Galambos of Hungary.
I just wonder with the slight headwind, you know, whether Pedro Fraga, I mean, I think it's going to be Stephenson or Azu, but Fraga, the Portuguese, is good in the final sort of quarter of races. He's had a great, easier transition through to this final, whether that might be to his advantage. Because Azu and Stephenson have been killing themselves against each other. Azu go off, absolute blast off. That is amazing, sensational.
Stephenson's going with him, right next to him there. They know this is going to be a fight to the death between these two. They're one apiece, and both of them desperate to win the third and final battle.
And they've been doing this day after day, quarter-final, semi-final, final now. This is right at its top.
Look at this though, Jonathan Koch is absolutely up there with Azu, Stephenson and Schmidt. He's not going to be discounted just yet. Blistering start from all of these boats. And Peter Galambos of Hungary still in it. What an exciting start to the final, the lightweight men's single sculls.
Just look at the smooth technician there, Jeremy Azu. 6:02 on the ergo he pulls, and all of that gets on the end of the blade. So good is his technique, and a half a length advantage on Stephenson now. He has staked his claim to this race. Go out early, lead fast. Stephenson, of course, 5:56 on the ergo. If he gets some of that on his power at the finish, then, you know, look out for fireworks. But Azu, look at the stern of that boat. Wish I could scull like that.
Yeah, European champion making that authority known over the field. 3/4 of a length coming up towards 500.
And the Swiss, Michael Schmidt, I mean, you know, we saw Switzerland take the lightweight men's pair. I don't think Schmidt's going to figure, but he's out there blasting out with Galambos and Koch, and almost level with Stephenson, the Dane.
The only surprise for me at the moment is Pedro Fraga, currently in 6th, double World Cup champion at Lucerne and Eton this year. When's he going to go for it?
Yeah, remember he was 5th in the semi-final, so he will come back into this race.
Yeah, very true. He's holding his flag for his nation at this event. He's the only Portuguese rep at the regatta, and we've certainly seen him come back from behind to win. Times through the 500. Jeremy Azu, 1:44, and he's got a second and a half up on the Hungarian Peter Galambos, who's in 2nd.
He's a real racer, Stephenson. Look, he's looking to move back on Azu now, and talking to his coach, Tommy Paulson, this morning, he says Stephenson in training, you know, sometimes he can't be bothered, but he's here at World Championships, and his mind goes bing, straight into racing, and look at him now. He wants to get back on Azu. He doesn't want to go through the K, giving Azu that lead.
And look, they're up at 37 strokes a minute there for Azu. That's absolutely unbelievable. We've seen the other single semi-finals this afternoon for the heavyweights. All of the leaders down around the 30 to 32 mark. So to be barreling down into the second 500 at 37 strokes a minute, these athletes are out to mean business. 36 strokes a minute there for the Dane Stephenson. But these two scullers are certainly starting to push out into the lead. This is where we would expect Stephenson to start to want to take hold in the second and third 500s. And look at him move now on Azu.
He's not interested in looking at Azu. He's straight down the boat as well, isn't he? And Azu's not looked at him. Fraga's had a little look round to say how far are they, but the race is going on out front. Galambos, I think, is sculling a blinder on this side, the Hungarian. But look, the race, look, he looked across. Look, I'm level with you now, mate. I'm going to go through. Stephenson today laid the card down. First round to Azu, second round to Stephenson, and still 2 more rounds to go.
Azu's even looking over to his right there, concerned about Galambos of Hungary in lane 6. I mean, he's certainly pressing hard and got serious overlap with those two going through the 1,000, only a canvas in it. Time to the 1,000 though, 3:37, and there's only a 1/10 of a second, with timers say that Azu went through first there, but it's certainly very close.
But it's a big punch. I mean, you know, the effort it's taken Stephenson to move back now. I think Azu is going to hold him, and he's going to put a punch in this third quarter. He's going to come back, and I think this race isn't done yet.
And look at Fraga. He's actually coming through back from fourth or fifth at the moment. Galambos is on screen there. He's solidly in the third position, but Fraga's come from way out the back in sixth. He's now moving through into fourth, and he will challenge for third. And this is what we saw him do the other day. The third 500 was Fraga's, so it'll be very interesting to see if he can move himself past Galambos, who's currently got that bronze medal in his grasp.
French sculler from Société Nautique d'Avignon, coached by Alexis Besançon, really the flag bearer for the French team, was going to come here in the lightweight men's double scull, but his partner Stanley Danier was brutally injured in a collision with the French lightweight men's four, and we wish him the best. He's got an 8-inch scar on his back after being operated on 3 vertebrae, but Stephenson, he wants round 3, doesn't he? He really wants it that badly, and we saw Azu sprint back on Stephenson in yesterday's semi-final, so maybe there's something more in store.
Yeah, it's too hard to call at this point. I mean, we thought that Azu was dead and buried in the semi-final the other day, and then we saw that epic finish, that sprint back through Stephenson. We didn't see it coming, and he did it. So I'm not going to, count anything at this point as they approach the 1500-metre mark.
Amazing this actually, because he was pushing out and he had a length, and Azu is coming back now. He's closing it back down to 3/4, but here comes Fraga. He's moved straight through Jonathan Kopp in that third 500, and he's reeling in Peter Galambos. Now the times to the 1500, 5:24 to Stephenson, who's now got the second half up on Jeremy Azu.
He's moving Azu. He's moving now. He doesn't want to wait to the last 250. He's got to get a decent overlap to use the sprint that he had yesterday. And Stephenson just had a little casual look across there. Azu is closing, isn't he, Pete?
Really, really is. Only half a length now, so he's moving up, and they're coming up to the red boys. But here comes Fraga. He's about to go through Galambos and take that bronze medal position. When's Galambos going to react?
This bronze medal fight is going to be incredible. They're actually moving up on Azu, on the Frenchman. This battle for the bronze could take them up to a battle for the silver. This is going to be an insane finish as they come up to the 1750-metre mark. Anything could happen at this point.
Azu could still win it if he's got the dramatic sprint. And Stephenson's got to have something left. But look at his face there. This man must be in absolute agony after that effort he put in the second 500 metres. Azu cool as ever, and I think Azu is edging, and the Frenchman could still win this.
I can't believe it. The ratings are just going through the roof now. Azu lifting up to 40, Fraga's at 40, peeking over his shoulder at Galambos. They're well into the red boys. 100 metres to go, and that battle for bronze is really picking up. Galambos reacting, and he's pulling out now to a half a length over Fraga, and may even reel in Azu, but Stephenson is going for that gold, and he's going to get it. Last 3 or 4 strokes, and he's extended to a length over Azu, comfortably in gold. Here comes Galambos, though. It's going to come down to the wire, but I think Azu's held it. Gold medal to Henrik Stephenson of Denmark, silver Jeremy Azu, and what an amazing race from Peter Galambos, who holds on to that bronze medal.
Azu just threw everything at him, didn't he? That first round, 500 metres, brilliant sort of pace out.
Excellent showing, though, from the European champion, Henrik Stephenson, getting out in front and holding off the challenge from Jeremy Azu.
What a fantastic race for Galambos from Hungary. He worked so hard to hold off Fraga, who was the World Cup Series winner, and rowing the lightweight men's double at the 2012 Olympic Games. A fantastic job by Galambos there.
Absolutely. So looking back at his semi, he really struggled to keep pace in that semi, but it was his strong finish that kept him in the game and kept him through to the final. And that's exactly what we saw today. He was starting to struggle, starting to drop back, and Fraga was moving up on him, but he reacted, had a really strong finish, and just pushed away from Fraga and nearly had Jeremy Azu.
The only thing that Stephenson's got to do now, and his coach Tommy Poulsen, is find a doubles partner that work, because it's amazing to think that Henrik Stephenson became, what, 8th with Jensen in the double?
Yeah.
But sometimes Jensen, quite, as usual, will beat Stephenson in training on Backsberg, because the guy's just not switched in. But when the bloke comes to race, I mean, that was that 5.56 on the erg, wasn't it? Look at it, absolute power through the middle K. And even had enough to take it out at the finish. I mean, awesome guy. And I really want to see him up there on the podium in Rio 2016 or in that final with a great doubles partner.